Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Aesthetics Nurse Live. Today we're going to talk about the non-negotiables for signing clients on Instagram. So if you are an aesthetics nurse who wants to sign more clients using Instagram as your social media platform, stay on live with us. So as you're hopping on, drop a hi in the comments, let me know you're here. We're really going to dive into the things that you really must be doing as part of your daily routine if you want to sign clients. Like if you're happy just seeing your friends and family and you don't want to grow your business, you don't want to run sold out clinics, then you don't really need to focus on the things that you need to do daily to sign more clients. But if you want to be making that extra, you do the math on how many people you could see in one day as a clinic, and you want them to be coming from social media and you want the referrals coming from social media, there are some things that you really need to create and put in place so that you can take action daily. So let's talk about an example of some non-negotiables in practice. So say you have a nighttime routine, some non-negotiables that you need to do before you go to bed. Take off your makeup, brush your teeth, use your mouthwash, make sure you're using your retinol or your vitamin C serum, you're moisturizing. Maybe at night times when you use your exfoliator. But there are some negotiables. If you don't take off your makeup before bed, we all know that you're probably more likely to break out in acne. You're more likely to have styes on your eyes from re-wearing your mascara. If you don't clean your teeth, well, let's not talk about the cavities and the absolute manginess of that. But do you see what I mean? Like there's some non-negotiables that need to take place before bed. And there's some non-negotiables that you need to take place as an aesthetics nurse before you can make sales. So the very first thing is you need to get in place a system so that you can post consistent content in the form of your grid. So this is your reels or your carousel posts or your static images. These are non-negotiables. If you want people to find you, there has to be content that attracts them in. There has to be a way of telling Instagram that you're an active account that pushes your content out into the atmosphere for somebody to find you. Because if you're not posting the content, where are they coming from? So your non-negotiables look like finding a way to create consistent content. So maybe this means you have a batching morning where you have everything stored. Maybe you start the list in your notes app of everything that you want to talk about, or all the ideas that you have at 2 a.m. when you wake up in the middle of the night go into this notes app so that you can start creating content. I don't want you to ever feel like that person that panic contents, right? So you think, okay, I haven't posted anything for 2 weeks. I need to put a load of stuff out there. And you post for one day and you post 5-6 posts and then you don't post again. It is better to create this non-negotiable routine and you post one time a day than it is to put panic content out there. Now this can look like your reels. I posted one yesterday that was all about the B-roll videos that if you have saved, you have a video that you can add a trending sound to. You put text on the screen and you write out your captions. So simple and so easy to create, but you have to do that background work. You have to get the videos stockpiled. The same for your carousel posts. These are very easy to create in Canva. This is where you can start educating your audience, start putting other content out there that's not before and after pictures, but is a way of you talking to them. But if you don't have anything in your notes app, you don't have anything in this document that's going to tell you what to post, it's going to make posting much harder. But your non-negotiable is showing up every single day. So I want you to really think to yourself, what are you going to do today to make posting every day this week much easier? What can you put in place today so that you can post every day, so that people do get used to your content popping up? This is your non-negotiable. You have to post every day if you want to sign more clients, because you need a way of attracting them to you. Number 2, You must sell every single day. Because if somebody doesn't know how to buy from you, how are they going to buy from you? Presuming that they're just going to click your link in bio is not selling. That's just part of your settings that you have to have in process. If you need to set your settings up right, I have a free ebook on this to make sure your settings are ready to receive clients. But if you don't actively tell them, click this link, you're not selling. And if you do not have the bravery, I guess, or the gumption, or this like motivation to actually be going on your Instagram stories and saying, this is how you work with me, this is how you book with me, this is how you receive your treatments, click this link, message me to book, whatever your system is in place, then why do you expect your client to click that link and work with you? There's a big difference from somebody that's actively going out and talking about their offers, talking about the fact that you have a treatment clinic coming up in 2 weeks, talking about the fact that you offer a free consultation, than making your audience go and try and find this information out. The easier you make this process, the more likely you are to sign clients. So if you're making them work for it, it shouldn't be hard for them to pay you X amount of money to inject their face. It shouldn't be hard work for them. The minute it becomes hard work, the minute they get distracted and they go elsewhere, and when they're scrolling later on at night and they think, oh yeah, I was trying to do that earlier, and somebody else is on Instagram saying, I am running a free consultation clinic to help diagnose your problem areas, click here to book, they're going to click here to book. Then they have their free consultation booked in. They're in a whole process then. And they teach this as part of our 2-part process of selling out your clinics. They're in that process now of working with a practitioner that is no longer you. So your non-negotiable needs to be to show up and sell. So we're posting consistent content. We're selling to our audience daily. And then you need some kind of community event, some kind of nurturing moment where they can get to know you on a deeper level. For example, this live, you could be on live with me now and ask your question and have a conversation with me. I can get to know you and your business, and we have some kind of nurturing moment that creates a connection between us. I know you, you know me, and we have this connection for further down the line. I see your content pop up, you're more likely to engage. It works both ways. If you have an audience that's coming to your nurturing event, your live show, you post a live video every single week, they're more likely to engage in your future content. You're more likely to pop up on their algorithm. Instagram's more likely to show your content to them. You're more likely to be their first ring when you sell on Instagram stories. They're more likely to work with you. If your account is dead, RIP, send me to the summer house, they're not coming to you. They're not going to find you to work with you. There has to be non-negotiables that you put in place, that you do every single day, every single week, that is leading you to warming up your audience, that's leading them to get to know you, that's leading them to have that connection with you. Because if you've seen somebody come on your live right now, Instagram's going to go, okay, they know each other, let's talk to each other, and you are more likely to see your clients' posts. You know, that could just be their pictures from their family weekend, but the minute you start engaging with them, it's a two-way street. Your content gets out there. They're more likely to see you, and they're more likely to work with you if you are doing part 1 and part 2. If part 1 you're posting content, they're more likely to see your content. They know you're serious about your business. If you are selling to them, they're more likely to see you sell, they're more likely to book with you. They're going to see you showing up on video. You're going to have this nurturing moment, and they're more likely to work with you. Now, unless you have not put in place a system where you can look after your clients, where you create this loyal client base, they will stay with you. I was doing maths with my practitioner yesterday. If one client is having one area of treatment every 12 weeks, that's £600 a month, £600 a year. When you increase their spend, they could be spending almost £2,000 a year with you. If you times that by 10 clients, that are on a system where you look after them and repeat them, and they're spending at least $1,000 a year with you, that's 10 grand a year. That takes your yearly salary from 30k to 40k. What would you and your family do, minus taxes, with an extra $1,000 a year? So maybe you're not motivated. Maybe you don't want to quit your job. You're just like, yeah, I just need a couple of £100 a month coming in. I'm pretty sure anyone would be more motivated if they were running a clinic every month or 3 months that was making them $1,000. That's 10 clients. But to find those clients on social media, you have to do the work first. You don't get to just pray to the social media gods that you get clients coming to you. You don't get to just make money for nothing. You are a business owner now. You're not a nurse that gets patients brought up to the ward even though you didn't want to fill that bed for another half an hour. If you want your treatment bed full, you have to go out and do the work. You almost have to be the patient access team that goes around the hospital finding them. You have to go around the Instagram features finding your clients and doing the work it takes to find your clients. So I really want you to think about, what are your non-negotiables that you're going to put in place to sign clients? What are you going to do this week that is different from last week? And evaluate what action you have been taking that's going to sign you more clients. And if this does look like posting daily content, if this does look like selling on your stories every day, if this does mean doing some kind of nurturing event, whether that's your Instagram live, your Facebook live, what are you going to do to make that easier for yourself whilst you're still working your shifts, while you have your family to look after? What actionable steps can you put in place to make this easier? Can you have all your hooks, all your content ideas in your notes app on your phone ready to post? Are you going to take the action to make sure your B-roll is stockpiled so you can post reels that aren't even talking? That's not even talking to your audience. If you simplify your process down and think, right, I'm going to post every single day. I'm going to go live once a week. I'm going to post 2 reels and then post 2 carousels. One of those reels a week is going to be talking and one of them is going to be using my B-roll. You only need 4 talking reels. You can batch them in the next hour. It only means you need 8 carousel posts a week. Do you have 8 ideas of content that is going to help your audience? You could get them done in the next 2 hours. And I know that content creation is not easy when you come from a background of being a nurse that is not putting yourself out there, that is almost like shrinking into this like blue pool of no one really knows who I am, but I'm just here to help. Now you have to actively put yourself out there in a way that helps. What are you going to do to make that easier for yourself? And how are you going to hold yourself accountable to these non-negotiables? Because if you want to sign clients, the same as if you don't want to wake up with acne in the morning, if you want to wake up and your teeth aren't rotting, if you want to wake up and your skin is nice and fresh, you have to have your bedtime routine non-negotiables in place, and you create that habit. Showing up on your Instagram has to become that habit. It has to become a list of non-negotiables that this is what I do every day, and I'm going to hold myself accountable because this is going to lead to me running sold out clinics, to me making that extra money that's coming in to help me and my family. There has to be a reason why you are doing it, and you have to hold yourself accountable. So if you found this video helpful, send this to one of your aesthetics nurse friends who also needs to be taking action and making these non-negotiables part of their routine. So you just click the little arrow, you send it to them, you tell them, watch this, this is what I learned. Because sharing is caring, as I teach my nephew. And we all want to succeed in our businesses. In your aesthetics business, you usually have a running buddy or an aesthetics nurse buddy that you're texting back and forth. I signed this client, I didn't sign this client, she messaged me back this. Send this video to your aesthetics nurse friend so that you can both succeed in business together. And lastly, I want to tell you about our Aesthetics Nurse broadcast. This is our new monthly membership for aesthetics nurses who want to make more money and sign more clients in their business. It's a broadcast channel, so you get to dive into that. This week is all about content ideas. So I've already posted Monday's content. I've given you a hook. I've given you three examples of how to utilize this in your content today, and you will get one of these dropped inside the broadcast every single day, so you're not starting from scratch. So if this is something that's going to make your content easier this week, click the link in my bio or send me a DM and I will get that over to you, and you can join our broadcast channel for just £5 a month. Okay, I will see you next week on Aesthetics Nurse Live. Bye bye.